Hello, my name is Daniel Mullaney, and behind the camera is Danielle Johnson. We are here to film a video source inspection for SciTech Process Solutions. Today, we'll be viewing a fully refurbished ST-280 semi-tool spin rinser dryer. This tool is capable of running up to 8-inch substrates using a low-profile cassette. However, this customer is currently running 6-inch, and that is what we have installed right here. Our customer is located in California, and their PO number is 1436645. Taking a look to the back of the tool, we'll also identify our serial number. This SRD is SRD-01076. Okay, so this is a pretty straightforward unit that we have right here. This is an ST model that is tabletop and capable of running up to 8-inch substrates. There are no special options equipped on this tool, so we're going to be managing the standard recipe, which is rinse followed by purge, dry at a high RPM, and dry at a slower RPM. So first I'm going to feel in. I can feel the air purging in, so the purge function is working properly. Our cassette is dry and ready for a run. In order to set the time and RPM for this tool, you're going to use these push buttons for the time. That's pretty straightforward. Let's rotate through. On that one, for example, rinse. We rinse for 120, but for source inspection purposes, let's shorten this down. There's no reason to rinse that long. Let's rinse for 30 seconds. We're going to dry 1 for 90 and then dry 2 for 200. The RPM is controlled right here. However, you don't see a reflection of the change until you actually do trial runs. It's just the way these older styles work. They don't have immediate feedback like the new ones do. So you'll run some demo runs with dummy wafers, dial in to the exact RPM that your fab has specified as a proper recipe, and you're off and running. So let's go ahead and get this guy started. Oh, stop. So you can see the RPM sort of rising now. It's at 800. I prefer to rinse about 600, so we'll drop that down a tad. There we go. Okay, good, we're dialed in. It takes a little while to respond. Also, the maximum RPM, there are maximum RPM limits designed into these controllers. The rinse, I believe, is 800 on this one. So what we did was, so what I had to do was I was spinning for a while, waiting to go down. It was just past the max set point. So now you see it. So now we're in dry 1. Let's increase this RPM just a tad. Go up to 1800. Beautiful. That's exactly where I'd like to be running. So that's basic function. It's a pretty simple tool here. Every tool refurbished by SciTech Process Solutions will go through the same extensive rebuild process. First, we're going to take an SRD and we're going to break it down to the component level. From there, we're going to individually test all the components for function. We're going to chemically clean and electropolish the metal parts, and we're going to inspect and replace the poly. This is going to ensure that the tool, when built up, is built up into an excellent condition that is backed by our 1-year warranty. Once the parts are prepped, we're going to build the tool up into just the single head assembly by itself. The rotor won't be installed, the skins won't be on it, it won't be in our final test area. This will just be at our clean manufacturing desks. And once the tool is actually built up for just a single head assembly, we're going to go through a series of dry quality control checkpoints. Here we're going to ensure that the tool is spaced properly, electrically sound, and plus a variety of other checkpoints. Once the tool passes dry test, we're going to hook it up to our full facilities. This will be a rotor installed, the water installed, or the water facility hooked up, and then we're going to run it through our wet quality control. Here we're going to ensure that all the components that manage the facilities are operating right, that the flow is correct, and that the tool is essentially ready to be fab operable. Let's see here. All right, now we're going into dry 2. We have 200 seconds of lower RPM. Once the tool passes our wet quality control, we're going to configure it into the poly and with the controller as well. And it's essentially configuring into the final product. Once we've configured the final product, we'll send it through another series of checkpoints where we're going to modify the recipe and essentially treat it like it will be in the fab to ensure a smooth plug and play when it does arrive. Once all that's complete, we'll film a video source inspection and upload it to the web. That's what I'm performing right now for our customers to view and approve prior to ship. Approval if they'd like, but always to view and ensure that everything is as expected. All right, we have about 2 minutes left of dry 2 before we're complete. In addition to selling refurbished rinser dryers, SciTech also offers 100% of the spare parts and service required to keep your SRD line up and running. That would be the services such as motor repairs, controller repairs, rotor rebalancing, amp repairs, polywork, or anything else you might need. And spare parts would be major components such as the motor, rotor, amp, controller, or minor components and consumables such as windows, door seals, heater blankets, N2 heater cartridges, tach sensors, rotor stop positioners, ACR valves, solenoid valves, really any part that you need. SciTech is your one-stop shop for all SRD or semi-tool SRD related parts and services. Okay, we have 70 seconds of time left here. It's not necessarily an exciting source inspection as we're just rinsing and drying substrates, but we are cruising along. In addition to semi-tool spin rinser dryers, SciTech also provides a variety of refurbished equipment to the front-end fab. This would be box washers such as the HTC 8000 series, mask cleaners such as K&S and Ultra T, metrology tools, a variety here from 10-core like particle counters and profilometers, or nanometrics tools for thin film measurement. You'll also see a variety of other makes and models in that category. It's quite a large umbrella. We also provide barrel ashers and etchers, such as the Branson series, and photoresist pumps, IDI, and Cybor, and Millipore. Okay, we've got 15 seconds of dry time left here before we're going to be concluding this process recipe. On these ST units, there's no actual tach feedback that comes to the controller and lets it know how fast you're running. So because of that, there is a time down delay before the door releases and the RSP fires instead of an RPM feedback response. So now that we're complete, you'll see a number 9 here, which means that we're in spin down mode. The rotor is spinning down. And it's sitting sideways because the tool is unaware of the rotor position. It's simply waiting for the time down to finish so we can upright the rotor. There we go. Taking a look inside the chamber, I am seeing a small amount of residual water droplets. That's what we want for an ideal recipe design. That lets me know that the chamber is dry, but the chamber is not, more towards the bone dry level of dryness. At that point, you're going to increase your particle counts. So having the chamber be 98% dry is the ideal condition, because when we look at the cassette and substrates, this boat is nice and warm, and these substrates are definitely ready for the next step in the manufacturing process. They are nice and dry. One last item I'm going to verify is I'm going to reach in and feel, and I can see that the nitrogen is blowing in nice and warm. The purge is working properly. Thank you for taking the time to view our video source inspection for today. Again, my name is Daniel Mullaney, and behind the camera is Danielle Johnson. We filmed this video source inspection for SciTech Process Solutions. If you'd like to learn more, please visit us on our website at www.scitechprocess.com or give us a call at 916-797-9000, and to reach me directly, dial extension 2201. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.